I recently took a trip to Kenya, Africa, and one of the things I was looking forward to the most was seeing all the different car makes and models that we'll never get here in North America. But then I saw this, and that's when I realized, we've got a problem. One of the very first shorts I made on this channel was talking about how people in America, which is where I live, would take a badge that doesn't belong in their car, like a C63 badge, and put it on their C200 to make people believe that they have a higher end version of that car that they indeed do not have.
Man, if it isn't your car, you gotta chill. It's got nothing to do with you. It don't concern you.
I have a V12 badge on my 2015 Subaru Outback and I'm proud of it.
What if the fake badge car makes more power than the car it's impersonating? Still a crime? How about no badges?
You really gonna make a video talking about something that's none of your business? Wow.
See, the thing you have to realize is that there's no chance that people are doing this without the expectation that they may impress or lead someone to believe that their vehicle is of a higher status than it actually is, because otherwise they wouldn't do it. So can you really say that this stuff doesn't concern me if people are putting badges on their cars to be seen? Because I bet you there aren't any fake badges on the inside that people can't see. And I wonder why. A fake badge is not increasing performance, it's not helping you avoid the police, and it's certainly not increasing the actual value of their vehicle. It's just fake flexing. And today I want to talk about this because
this is a sickness! It is deviant. Therefore, we don't want it.
It's obvious why people do this, right? You want the look. You want people to think, oh, he's got money. Oh, he's different. He can afford that C200 AMG. But let me prove to you right now why this is a waste of time and why fake badging is absolutely pointless. I want you to pause this video in a second and go ask anyone you know who isn't a car enthusiast or someone who barely knows car model names and show them this picture and ask them what they think. More than likely, they're going to acknowledge the fact that this is a BMW based on there being a BMW logo, but they're not gonna be like, oh my God, an M4, oh cool, where'd you see that M4? They may appreciate the car a lot for being a BMW in general, but the M4 part probably doesn't matter. And now I want you to take the same picture and show it to anyone you know who is a car enthusiast, someone who can distinguish different models without seeing a badge, or someone who will point out a car on the road that isn't a high-end car like a Lamborghini or Ferrari. More than likely they're gonna realize this picture is BS, and there goes the $30 or $40 you spent on this fake badge. From what I can tell, AMG is the most commonly known high-performance car sub-brand outside of Dodge SRT, obviously amongst non-car enthusiast folk. There are literal songs and hooks to songs centered around that infamous 6-3 number, so you can get away with up-badging a little bit there, but no one's making popular songs with lyrics about M4s or RS5s or GTRs, and so at least on the European side of things, the only people who are gonna recognize the badge you've put on your car are people like me who will look at it and immediately realize this not right. And for the people who will actually take the time to buy actual body panels, wheels, and performance components from a higher end car and put it in a lower end vehicle, I mean, I can respect that because there's at least an attempt being made at actually making the car like the higher end version. I've honestly got nothing but respect for someone who will take an Audi A4 wagon, for example, and throw in that RS V8 engine, throw in the RS body panels and the exhausts, the full 9 yards to actually emulate an RS4, because that takes actual work and planning, but just buying a badge and lazily slapping it on, not good.
This is a sickness.
It's not a sickness.
It is a sickness.
It is for those reasons that I'm making this video. People running these aftermarket badge websites are gonna have vacation homes secured till the end of time, all because you wanna be noticed by people who probably won't notice you. And most of the people who do are going to virtually shame you like this video. And so don't think that if you're someone who does this, that auto enthusiasts hate you as a person or wish bad luck upon you. It's not that deep, but it is lame. And in some cases, it can be very funny depending on how ridiculous the up-badging is. So today I want to laugh with you all and look at some examples that I asked you to send to my Instagram at Cars with Miles. First up, a pretty common example. We've got an E350 or what looks like an E-Series Mercedes with an AMG badge on it. And I'm not gonna lie, at least this one, you know, the label is put in properly. It's exactly where it would be on a real AMG vehicle. They bothered to put the AMG logo on the front as well, just to make sure, let's say they're behind you, you can still see that AMG logo. logo, so just making sure all the bases are covered here. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't too offensive of an example, but still pretty lame. Next, we've got another Mercedes, a GLE 350 with an AMG badge on the back, and I just don't get how that placement, putting it on the lower left part of the trunk lid, I just don't get how that isn't weird to you. It just looks so off. No manufacturer would ever do that, and so I just really don't understand the desperation. You could have at least taken the 4MATIC part off, because no one cares about the 4MATIC logo, so you could have at least taken that off, put the AMG logo on, but I guess that's too much work for you. This one is absolutely wild to me because not only is this a car that only really the 10 or 20% of auto enthusiasts are going to look at and appreciate at all, but this is in America, so there's really no general appreciation for this brand, and so up-badging it is just really silly. I think you wasted your money, my friend. This is something right here. This is absolutely wild. So we've got a BMW, which looks like it's being photographed for sale at a dealership in some other part of the world, and we've got an M badge on it, but we've also got these strange exhaust tips that I don't believe come on this GT version of what I believe is a 3 or 5 Series GT. Yeah, this is a strange one, but it's absolutely mind-blowing that a dealership would take this and promote this car for sale. I guess, you know, they just must not care that much. Or maybe the dealership themselves isn't aware that this is not legit. Could be that as well. It doesn't look like this car was photographed in America, but this is something that you're gonna see all over the world. A 330 or 328i, I'm not sure which one it is, with an M4 badge on it. And the placement isn't offensive, but still, you know, you're not fooling anybody really. And then of course, the infamous MX-5 up badge. I swear the X5 has to be the most up badge car in history. There is no other vehicle that I see getting up badge more than the X5. And I honestly don't get it because non-car enthusiasts are so oblivious to the M performance sector of the X vehicles that I just don't understand the appeal in wanting to up badge this car. No one ever takes the time to throw some, you know, different body panels on there, change the diffuser, upgrade the exhaust. It's just slap that M logo on there and call it a day. There's literally someone who works at a corner store down the street from me who has this first generation X5 with an M badge on it, and I see it every day and it makes my heart hurt every day. And this is even more of a meme because, as we all know, the MX-5 is the model name for the Mazda Miata. So do you want people to think you have a Miata or an X5M? Which one is it? This one is absolutely mind-blowing. This is blowing my mind right now. So you've got a Nissan Maxima with a GTR logo on it. Not a sport logo, not just an R logo, but a GTR logo. This is something I have never seen before. Looks like this was pictured in Washington. Yeah, I would really love to see the owner of this car, have a conversation with him and understand the psychological breakdown for what motivated this decision, because this is absolutely crazy. I mean, maybe he's just doing it as a joke. I feel like some of these are so ridiculous that you have to be just like trying to get a rise out of people, or you know, just do it for the memes basically. But if not, you know, I think a serious conversation needs to be had, and someone with a slim pry tool needs to just, you know, come up behind the car one day and just shimmy that off, because it does not belong there. We've of course got the typical Hellcat and Scat Pack up badging, which you're gonna see anywhere in America, everywhere in America. The first one is a video of this gray one. Of course, we've got the SRT Hellcat logo on there, and it's kind of hard to tell because this is a wide body Challenger in this video, so it is kind of hard to tell in this video, and it's dark, but yeah, clearly not a real Hellcat. And then we've got a Scat Pack up badge as well, a pretty lazy attempt at doing so, and you know, I'm kind of intrigued by this little hood setup you've got here. Not saying I like the way it looks, but it's interesting for sure. But you know, you're probably doing more with that than the actual badge. This one is probably the biggest WTF I got out of all the pictures that were sent to me. I literally have no idea what this vehicle is. I've got zero clue, but when you zoom in on it here, you can see there's a matte black AMG badge in the corner. And so what I'm trying to understand is, you might have spent the equivalent of 20 to 40 US dollars on this badge. Matte black, right? And put it on a matte black car. So more than likely, people aren't even gonna notice it's there. So, I mean, I feel like this just has to be a joke, because I'm not even sure if this is a Mercedes. Like I said, I have no idea what this car is. Kind of makes me want it, just because of how ridiculous it is. This pretty much unknown vehicle with an AMG badge on it. That's very interesting. I've honestly got no words for this. Oh, in the grand finale, we have an Audi with an M badge on the front. So, I mean, I think this has to be like just jokes because not only do we have this M badge on the front, which obviously makes no freaking sense, but when we look to the next picture of the back of the car, you've got an AMG badge on the left and then another GTR badge on the right. And I've just got no words. And then you've got this tiny little like wing on the back, right? In front of the Audi logo, this tiny little like wing spoiler. Like, this is honestly a fantastic vehicle. It's so bad I want it. Like, it's so bad I want to own this. But I think it's becoming apparent that more places outside of the US have these more egregious examples of up badging and fake badging and baby winging. Wow, this is incredible. But that's really it for this video. I just wanted to poke fun at some ridiculous examples of up badging and talk about this because it's been on my mind, and especially after this trip I took, it was just like, I gotta talk about this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for future content like this. Hopefully you got some more regular car videos coming soon. I'm in the middle of moving and I've got a bunch of other stuff going on, but if you want to keep up with me, make sure to follow me on Instagram at CarsWithMiles and join our Discord server. I will link a link to that in the description down below where you can join our Discord. You can chat with me and everyone else in there. We've got like 100-ish people in there right now, and it's a great time. And I think I'm gonna create a channel where people can post pictures of up badging examples that they find on the street and stuff like that, just so we can always have a constant flow of this sort of stuff, because it is honestly very funny to look at. But that's pretty much about it for this one, and talk to you guys in the next one. Also, if you're in the New York or New Jersey area, drop a comment down below letting me know so I can hit you up, because I've got a particular video that I'm working on that will involve people in that area. So stay tuned.